Hey guys, welcome to the video. Today I'm just doing another NW opening, and it's actually one that I've been meaning to do for a very long time. Been a good couple of months that I've been looking at these and meaning to open them, but the sad thing about it is, as much space as they're actually taking up, they're probably going to take up just as much space once I unbox them. But anyway, it is the Andre the Giant Wrestlemania Basic with ring cart. Now I actually picked up two of these because I figured down the line in the future I'll either come across someone who wishes they bought it for the ring cart, or it'll be worth a fortune. In retrospect, it wasn't great thinking on my part, because as it's turned out, these are, more or less in stock everywhere and reduced everywhere, it seems. I think they're starting to go out of stock now. I don't really see them around as much now, but still, I think these are going to be common enough for them to not really hold any value. As I say, the box is pretty big, so that is going to take up space while I'm storing it to see, if it's worth anything in the future. So that was a bit of a fail on my part. But yeah, I was always buying one of these. I knew damn well that at some point in my life I'm going to want the ring cart. These were $17.99 in B&M, so it's not too bad. So yeah, and this one is the one that I'm actually going to open. So this one is going to go away. But yeah, I mean, the storage on this, I'm still going to have to store the figure on a shelf. I'm still going to have to find somewhere to put the ring cart. So we're not really saving much space, but hopefully, it'll help. But yeah, we've been meaning to open this for quite a while, so let's finally get on with this. I'm not really sure how to open this, really, to be honest. I can't really get an angle, a good camera angle on it because of the shape of the box. But yeah, I think we're just going to have to cut the tape at the top here. And it looks like that's going to... Oh, it's actually just coming off. It looks like that flap's going to then just open up. Yep. So that flap's just opening up. I've literally just zoomed the camera in to get some stuff outside of the shop, but I mean, if you can't see what I'm doing, you can't see what I'm doing. So let's dig in. So my theory on which one I've chosen here is that this one seems to have... The two seem to have more or less the same sort of level paint job. And this one is in the bubble worse, which is something I'll get into in a second when I've got him out. So he's taped in a little bit around the top there. And then we're going to slide this out. Okay. And the box itself is very interesting. It's kind of like retro, kind of thing you'd expect like figures to come in like the 90s and 80s, where they just came in like big boxes. So that's nice. Here we've got the actual figure. The card he's in is quite interesting. And as you can see here, he is not properly in the bubble. If I bring him a little bit closer, you can see that his head is not in the bubble. The other figure, he was closer to being in it, but I thought, if I end up selling it onto a mock collector or something, they're probably going to prefer it to be, in properly. But I actually don't think that when you look at it, especially from the side here, I don't think the bubble is big enough for him. I don't think he fits it. So, yeah, I think, I don't think this figure fits in. Now, it looks like we're going to have to cut some tape off the side here to unleash that tab. And same around the other side, before we pull the ring cart bubble out. This backdrop is going to just open up, apparently. Tab's a little bit more stuck than the first one was. That looks quite nice. I quite like that. That's quite a nice little, sort of backdrop kind of thing. So from there, I don't know how the ring cart is affixed. It looks like, is it... Oh yeah, there's a tab on the back as well. Man, this is a bit of a faff, isn't it? So we're gonna... Jesus. Right. Let's just pull all this tape off. So we've pulled off the tape, and we've unclipped this tag that was held onto the back by one of the tags around the front. So turn him round, and hopefully he should be removable now. So well, the cart's free, just his bubble isn't coming out. It's fair enough. So there we go. Oh no, the cart's still not quite free. Do you remember when toys used to be packaged like this? Like, good God. Ah, good old tie on the bottom. Well, I mean, to be fair, I don't open a lot of toys. I mostly open wrestling figures, so I suppose that could still be common practice, but this is a pain, man. Clearly, the manufacturers of this thing didn't realise how little space I was going to have on my phone when I filmed this, and also how warm the day was going to be that I did it on. But we finally have him free. We just need to snip him off the bubble. Oh my God. There's more to come. There's more to come. So the ring cart is out now. That tie actually goes right the way through the cart. Then we need to get this plastic from on the cart. This was a mistake. I should have done this. I didn't realize how much of a pain this was going to be, because I am sweating so bad now. Like, it literally is just so warm in the UK right now. I mean, this is just a pain, man. So because that was such a pain, I think I've ranted on about how much of a pain that was enough, and I'm running out of room on my phone. I thought I would just remove the rest of the packaging and go for it. So here we go. So here's the ring cart. Now, my initial impression of this is that it's quite soft plastic. Like, it really is quite soft. I don't know really how you'd break this apart from breaking the post, but you know, it could have been a harder plastic. The wheels, that one there, it's kind of like that wheel is warped, but it's got like a pattern to it. Like, it looks like it's been designed that way. Maybe it's just melted in a good way. It rolls fine. The ropes are rubber rather than like the bungee cord they tend to use. The posts are very interesting. Like, you can see those there with the logo on. Let's take a look at Andrea. The head scan on this figure is incredible. It looks so good. I don't think there's an Andrea head scan that I'm a massive fan of, but this is probably number one. The detail is really, really nice. I still don't think I'm a massive fan of the expression, but you know, the head itself is really nice. There's a little bit of a mark on the neck there. Now, with this being a basic, which is a shame unto itself, there's not really much point in going through the joints, but I will anyway. I am still in the process of hoping to get an Andrea Elite, but I mean, it doesn't seem that easy of a task. So I thought, like, with me wanting the ring cart anyway, I may as well get this, because he is a basic, but with him being a giant, they are kind of like easier to balance, as you can see here. Like, he can still like step forward and stuff, like, no problem. And with him being a giant also, he has obviously quite a limited moveset, so you know, I thought maybe this will work anyway. And if not, I can head swap the head onto an Elite. But yeah, so first of all, the head, that doesn't, oh wait, yeah, it does turn. Yeah, that's nice and stiff. The shoulder's fine. The elbow's fine. And thankfully, this is at least a basic where they kept the arm, the upper arm joint there. One's a little bit looser. I think this is more or less fine. I'm more interested in the posability. As I say, like, with being a giant figure, these balance quite well. There's him taking a step forward. Yeah, I think he'll do the job just fine. And he's just definitely got a very interesting appearance in DSW coming up ahead of him. Only one appearance until I get an Elite, though, I'm sure. Because even if this does the job, I'm sure I'm not going to animate with him too often. The ring cart, I'm sure I'm going to use for something in the future, but I don't really know what. Ultimately, I do think it's disappointing that these figures were basics rather than Elites. I think most people complain that these weren't Elites, but it is what it is, I guess. And at least it meant that the ring cart was probably a bit cheaper than it would have been with an Elite. Either way, thank you for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And goodbye.